Here we go. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We're laughing here because we're using some software on the desktop so I can bring Declan on to Decky Mac on to talk about the Marketing Alliance. And it's interesting because the blue button kind of goes like this and you don't know when it's going to start. It's like waiting for the lottery. Anyway, we're on. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I asked Decky on because, you know, I've been in this IM game for a long time. And one of the things that actually improves your game and makes your game an awful lot better is your network. And it's something that a lot of people, especially starting out, miss. And they also feel like, you know, you're kind of not worthy to come and meet with these people, and you go to big events and the guy is up on stage like the second coming of, you know, Tony, like I was going to say God, but let's say the second coming of Tony Robbins, and they're sitting up on stage and you don't meet them, you don't talk to them, and it's only kind of till you pass the threshold like I did, and you go back and you start speaking, that you find out that these guys actually are very nice, very open to do business, very willing to talk, very willing to share ideas, and you know, a lot of times, and I've made absolutely huge friendships over it. So what I think Decky has done here is unique and it's remarkable. He had one in Portugal last year, unfortunately couldn't get at it. It's coming to Dublin this year, so there's no excuses for any of us. And there's some great people coming on. And what it is, and I'm not going to steal Decky's thunder here, but what it is for me is it's an ability. Hi Kevin, good to see you, man. It's an ability for me and anybody to go and network with people that, you know, could land up doing businesses, because you find out what launches are coming, you find out what they're doing, you find out the latest strategies, so you learn and you earn is kind of one way I like to put it. So Decky, I'm going to show up for a little bit. Why don't you tell us, after all that, it's very hard, you're going to have to interrupt, and he's not this quiet, like, right? So you're going to have to show up.
I am always very shy. Anybody who knows me will tell you that.
Yeah.
Right. Come here. No, I think you hit the nail on the head there. I mean, initially, where I first met you was at one of these events in Stillorgan all them years ago. So and we've grown to know each other very, very well since.
Still don't like it.
No, I know, yeah, but we can still work together. You don't have to like each other to work together, in fairness. But I wouldn't be in the situation I am at the moment if I hadn't gone to events. Like the event that I met you at, I've been to Las Vegas on events, I've been to Liverpool, I've been to Manchester, and I've met people who I work with now online and will call my friends. And I mean, it's all about, it's a lot of people say it's not what you know, it's who you know, and I totally agree with that. I mean, you can learn so much from a book or from a computer or like that, but it's the friendships, it's the bond, it's the business relations that you make at these events that really, really make a difference. And bear that in mind, there's an event over here in Ireland 2 years ago that they had, it was about 60, 70 people there. But what was, I think 3 weeks before it was due to start, the hotel that we were meant to have it in kicked them out and we got in a wedding instead. So the event organiser rang me knowing that I was on the ground over here and said, Deck, I need your help. So I've no problem doing that and helping people out. And as it was, they all came over here. I booked a different hotel. It's the hotel that we're actually having the event in next month, the Killiney Castle Hotel. And we booked it.
It's not a hotel, guys, it's a castle.
It's a castle, sorry, it's a castle. I got married there, so it's going to bring back a few memories, all right. Now, good memories, I'd say.
That's what I was going to say. You're going to be crying for the weekend, or you're going to be smiling?
I hope she's not watching this live.
I've never met your wife, so I'm safe so far. If there's a woman waiting with a chainsaw at the hotel, I know it's your wife waiting for me.
I might be thrown out. But what I've managed to do is, and you touched on as well, from my first event was last October. Two of us, myself and Art, had one over in Portugal, and it went absolutely fantastically well. It was something like we said we'd try out, and because he was at the one over here in Dublin as well that we attended, and we said, here, we'll give it a try. So we tried it out, and I was the one who organised all the speakers. That's my job, and I round all these guys up and see if they'll say yes or no or whatever. And to be honest with you, I was really amazed at the amount of people that I approached that did agree to come over to Portugal, and we had a great time. I was over there for a week. There was lads over there for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It was an intimate setting. Everybody bonded. Everybody got to know each other. And what really made it was that, as I said, it was close to not because of the egos. We asked them to leave their egos at doors. We don't want any gurus, or we don't want any people who think people above anyone else. This is all on the same level, even if you're a newbie, even if you're around a while like yourself, or even if you're around like even less time like I am. But I mean, there's people coming in June next month who are millionaires, like absolutely, who have done so much stuff online.
Who can walk and talk, absolutely.
Yeah, they talk, absolutely. It's not just, and they walk the walk. And I mean, these guys, I know, I've got to know from Portugal and just from online as well. And what I, first of all, when I was going to these events before my own, what I could not get over was how open these people are to give advice, to give like business advice as well, and to talk to you freely. And I I remember the first one I was at, like over in England, and I walked in and I was hiding in the corner because I was afraid to be shit up these lads. These are big guys like the likes of Sam Becker and Bob Bayless and these guys who are around the JB Zoo and the Warrior Plus networks, and I'm going boom. But I mean, after I think 2 hours, they sort of realised that I could talk as well, you know, and I wasn't hiding. But I went out my way, got out of my comfort zone, was talking to them, shaking hands with them, and giving them the time. And like as it turned out, a lot of these guys have come back to events, and they were over in Portugal, and now there's a lot of them coming out to Dublin as well next month. So, I mean, it's just that I'm in a room, first of all, 2 years ago with these guys, and in fairness to the last marketing event that was over here in Portugal, they asked me just to introduce the place because I'd given them a hand setting the whole thing up. I'd saved it really, and I was standing up there going, I never thought in the short time I'm online that I would be standing in front of all you guys here and saying hello and introducing Dublin to you. So, I mean, it's gone on since then, and if it wasn't for these marketing events, I would not be half as well known as I hopefully am known. But
you're a legend in your own mind.
I'm a legend in my own field, yes. I'm outstanding in my own field. Out the back garden there.
Kevin Pally said, hello, hi Kev, how are you, man? So, I think the interesting thing, Decky, for people coming, right, is that anybody, doesn't matter how long, like, you know, I'm 10 years, I'm a relatively newbie compared to some of the guys coming over, because we know a couple of the lads, I know a couple of lads that you're bringing over intimately. And it's kind of, it's humbling, and it's interesting, and he's a legend in his own bathtub. Kevin, you're pushing it too far. So when these guys come over, they all remember when they started. They all remember how they started, and they all remember who and what they did and where they came from. So Kevin McCavan is asking there, who's speaking where and when. So I know the schedule isn't done, and I also know that if Decky did release the schedule, I'd break his legs, right? Because what tends to happen is people try to cherry pick what they come in. You can actually miss it. And because I know that from mistake for going to events, right? You try and cherry pick, oh, I'd like to see this person, I'd like to see that. Yeah, I don't know them, I wouldn't want to see it. And it's funny, it's a lot of times the people that you never heard of, you didn't know, is where you get the most of. This is an immersive event for 3 days. You come, you participate, you stay on it. And I can tell you this much, guys. I've done more business at the bar, at events, right, than I have off the stage, right? And that's the reality. I've done joint ventures. I pulled off Legends of the Digital World of Virtual Summit there recently, and that was all people I had met at events, at gigs. I've flown to America to go to them, same as Decky has. I've been over to the States constantly, over to the UK, either speaking or going to events and the rest of it. And the leverage of connections that you make is connections make this business. It doesn't matter what niche you're in, it's connections make the business. And it's the one thing people miss out. Oh yeah, I can run great Facebook ads, I can do this, yeah, but if you can get somebody who, you've got a good product from mail for you, it'll change your life. It'll absolutely change your life. But how do you do that? Well, you don't do that by sending them a message saying, hi, I've got a great product and I think it's going to be fantastic. And I think, because they get 1,000, and like we all do, we get thousands of those messages every week, and the whole thing is delete, right? Because unless you know how to talk to us, we don't want to talk, and there's certain things, ways to talk, like EPCs and all of that type of stuff. You got to understand that, right? That's the first thing. But it's much easier and you're much more forgiven if you don't know that. If I had a pint with you, or if I met you, I was sitting next to you in a room and said, hi Decky, how are you? Nice to see you. You know, I'm the guy you met there at the Marketing Alliance Summit. Oh, how are you? Now I have a conversation. I was thinking of doing a launch. I was thinking, well, look, to get into this, you probably have to mail 1 or 2 of mine first, or boom, 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 there's a quick pro quo side of this, bang, 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 we'd have to do this. And they'll talk and educate you. And that's what happened. That's how you learn. So an event like this is gold. right? So can we announce some of the? I know some of the speakers.
Yeah. Just let me touch on two things that you said there, right? Because you told me I had to interrupt you. There is nothing more stronger. I mean, I can send you a message not knowing you on Facebook. I can send you a message on Skype. But to meet somebody in person, there is nothing stronger than that bond in a business as well, and going from there, right? And I've noticed that. I mean, and anybody who's at these events knows it, and they remember you. You remember meeting somebody. I mean, we've been at plenty of events since we first met, Tony. And Jay, the laugh we have, and again, a lot of the stuff was done at the bar at these events, you know. But the other thing about, and you mentioned the bar, and there was a guy asking who's on when and what and where. We've won one ticket, right? There's an early bird ticket, and then there's a VIP ticket, right? Which the VIP ticket entitles you to a meal with the speakers on the Saturday night. But for the price of those two tickets, there is, I mean, Tony touched on it. A lot of the deals are done outside where the presentations are at the bar. For each of the 3 nights that the event is on, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, there was a free bar included in your ticket price. Right, so, I mean, that alone is worth the ticket price in itself. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, friends...
You know who's coming, right?
That could be dangerous over in Ireland here, actually.
You know who's coming.
No, I know that. Yeah, I know that. But what it is we've noticed that.
You're mad.
I know. We've noticed that from other events that we've done, especially over in Portugal. We want to keep it intimate, because if we keep it intimate, that means everyone stays together and everyone gets benefit.
You don't want 500 people, because if you do, people can't talk.
You don't have, no.
They get overwhelmed.
No, I don't want that. I don't want it at that scale. But if we keep everybody together, and no better way to keep everybody together than hosting a free bar. So they're not going to go anywhere else. They know what a free bar is. So they all congregate in the same place on the Friday, Saturday and Sunday night, and they'll mingle and they'll talk, and you have a few beers as well. I'm not encouraging anybody to drink. Don't get me wrong, you can go and have water if you like, but I mean,
it's not a prerequisite that you consume alcohol, let's put it that way.
No, exactly. I don't condone over drinking. But anybody who has a couple of drinks, they start to talk and all that type of stuff, and we've noticed that has benefited the event as well. So, I mean, including your ticket price is free bars. Okay, so just want to get that over across the line. So, you touched on who's going, right? Well, I think everybody who knows you would know Matt Basak. Matt Basak is one of the key speakers. He's coming along. Another guy that you helped me get along, I don't know, probably will. The guys watching this will know him as well from the webinars he did. Matt Fury. Yeah,
so you get Matt as a coup, right? You get Matt Basak as a coup because Matt hasn't been over in 2 years now to speak, and he's coming over, and I know some of the stuff that Matt is going to be speaking on is just like, so he can't blow him up. I can, because it's not my event. I want to be very clear. I have no active part to play in this. Decky's a buddy, Matt's a buddy, Matt Fury's a buddy, and there's a lot of the guys coming over that I would know through it. But with the two of them, if you send any email at all, I'd put it this way, I'd pay $5,000 to go to speak to these two guys. Right? That's the God's honest truth. Because Matt Basak, when it comes to email marketing, knows more about it in his fingernail than most people have met, because he lives, breathes and eats it, right? And I mean live, breathes and eats it. Matt is still one of my mentors. We're friends, but he's one of my mentors. And I'd be lost in something, I reach out to Matt, and within 30 seconds he's changed my game. And just 30 seconds, look, do this. It's when did I see that? Because he's been at it. He's one of the godfathers. And then Matt Fury. Matt Fury is a fascinating character, right? Matt made millions out of the martial arts. Another topic close to my heart. Not that the gut looks like it anymore. It's just a six-pack protected in jelly. But Matt Fury is fascinating in copywriting and the letters, the ways. Matt's very interesting, because a lot of people think you need a big list. Matt talks about why a small list is better and how you make intimate. Matt can turn talking about feeding his dog into an email that sells like crazy, right? And I've seen it. And I've seen him do it, because I'm part of a couple of these groups, right? And I've seen him do it. It's what? He takes, and the way he's able to create it, and the way he's able to frame it. And Matt has not been speaking for years. For years. I think I was the first one to get him out in about 9 years, right? And here's the joke. Just to validate all of this, right? I did not know Matt Fury before I went to one of Matt Basak's events, and I sat next to Matt Fury not knowing who he was. And I got Matt to figurehead my virtual summit. And with him, he was the character. Let's be honest, I twist Matt Basics because he's my buddy, but I could twist his arm anyway. But him and Matt Basak coming on were the cornerstones to this thing taking off. And I met him at an event. How did I meet Matt Basak? Oh yeah, I met him at an event. I was one of his students. I bought his program. Right? I bought his program, and then we became friends afterwards, and I went over and lived with Matt. But it was all at events like this. And the difference about this one that I really love about it is the fact that you get to spend time with the guys. Because normally, let's be honest, you go on stage, let's talk house terms. You go on a stage to a pitch fest, right? Okay, and you're going up and you're standing up on stage and you're talking. You come out, you do all your stuff, and then you have to kind of pull back a bit because you just have a load of people that you don't know who they are, and everybody's coming, and they're not in the business, and you're having conversations at 25 different levels. Whereas this, you're having conversations with people who at least know something about the industry coming. Even if you're starting out your own end of the week, at least you know a lot more than somebody coming in. So they'll have a lot more time for you to talk to, right? And there's JV partners. Who else is coming, Decky? Give us a list of some of the other people.
I'll just go through, a few guys in the different sort of niches that they're in as well. Well, you've Matt, you've Brett Rutecki, who is one of the leading affiliates on JV Zoo. You've a guy called John Michael. He's a YouTube marketing expert. He's over hundreds of thousands of subscribers on YouTube, and he makes all his money on YouTube. You have Stefan Ciancio, who you did with your live topic expert.
And by the way, I met him. I got introduced to him through Decky. I hope you're starting to put this together, folks, watching the video, right?
Yeah. All about traffic, Pinterest traffic, free traffic, the whole time. Really nice guy.
His system's
from Portugal as well. So knowledgeable. Another guy, Mark Stefan, he's a high ticket conversion expert. He's done over $10 million in the last 5 years online through high ticket conversion rate. And again, Mark was over in. I got introduced to Mark over in Portugal through a speaker who was over there. He came with him. He works with him. You know what I mean? Mark will tell you this himself, and I said to him, if he was standing in the middle of the road selling a big issue, like you wouldn't blink an eye. This guy is a multi-millionaire. I swear to God, selling is his business. He knows how to close calls. He knows how to sell. Jeff Lenny is another guy. He's an SEO expert. If you want page one on Google, Jeff Lenny is the guy to talk to. And could you imagine having a business and knowing how to get your business to page one on Google? It's unreal. We've Neil Napier. We have Michael Baptiste as well, another guy who was over in Portugal. Great guy. We have John Cornetto, ecom product expert, as well. You've met
Cornetta, not Cornetto. Cornetto's
a
nice.
He's fond of the ice cream. And we've a girl, an Irish girl as well, that has recently been added. Hannah Kathleen is her name. She's an award-winning blogger, branding expert, and online entrepreneur. She's just after coming back from Las Vegas, where she spoke at a high-ticket event over there. So, I mean, it's not just men who are coming to this event. There's ladies as well. There's 3 or 4 ladies speaking, and you have a total variety of people in different niches in the online marketing industry to go to listen to. All these people will be talking for an hour and a half, be readily available to mix with afterwards. As I said, we have a VIP dinner on a Saturday night with drinks every night as well, where they'll all be in the one place. It's not as you said, Tony, it's not as if they're coming, doing their 1 hour special pitch and then going, you won't see them for the day. They're all in for the whole weekend.
And they're not flying out that night either, because a lot of time I'd fly in for a gig and I'd be gone the following morning, so like I'm in bed at 11 o'clock because I'm gone at 6 in the morning. So
yeah. Like these people are staying the whole weekend. I mean, some of them are staying for a week, 9 days. Stefan is staying for 10 days. He's coming over, and that's another job I have after, is to show him around, as well as a few others, So, I mean, we've a wide diversity of people speaking on different topics, and again, if you cannot get anything out of these people, then you're in the wrong game. You really are, because there's somebody in every sort of aspect of online marketing, SEO, as I said, software, e-com, blogging, YouTube, high-ticket stuff, software. In fairness, I have to tap myself on the back because I'm after getting a wide variety of people in top.
You've done. It's a fantastic diversity of guys coming in that you can meet and you can network with. All of these people have products that they're going to be selling in the future. All of these people are always looking for customers. They're looking for joint ventures. They're looking for business relationships, the same as everyone else. Just because they're big, that doesn't change, okay?
Yeah.
And that's one of the lessons. So you mightn't be a player today, and you mightn't be a player tomorrow, but you could be a player the day after, and you don't know. You know, it's about putting in the effort and about putting in the time. My advice is and this is a networking advice, is don't ask for anything, right? And go, learn, talk, and offer. That's how I started. So, like how Matt and myself became friends is I went working for Matt in a couple of things that he did. And because I wanted to learn. I found the best way to learn is actually being in doing it, right? You know, so like there's just different approaches that you can do, but you don't want to be the person at an event who's trying to take, right? Go learn, take the information, give, understand, and build a relationship with a person. That's a long-term relationship, and you will have a long-term reward out of it. Absolutely.
Yeah, so if you do that, like you will drive people away if you're just take. You got to give, and people who are going to be at this event. I mean, apart from the speakers, there is people come to this event who have done frequent launches, have done $1 million launches as well. The attendees, and they're coming to make partnerships as well. Like, do you know what I mean? So, I mean, the attendee lineup is nearly as good as the speakers lineup. To be honest.
Like, let's be honest. I'm not speaking because it's not my market, right? I do nothing to speak about to that the market, because I do primarily newbies in my IM business, right? But I'm going, right? Because I know that I guarantee I'll make money out of that event in the next 6 months, because I have 2 more launches coming up, and I'm looking, like the virtual summits that I'm doing, I'm going to be looking for guys at the event and girls at the event who are good, who are not necessarily speaking, who can be the legends of tomorrow. I'm quite happy for that, for people to come up and to help, because I've done that with a couple of people and the leverage of the bigger ones. And I'm looking for people who can come onto a webinar, and I'm saying this out straight, I'm looking for people who can come onto a webinar and convert. Right? You can come onto a webinar and convert. I want to meet you and I want to talk to you. I want to see what your product is. I want to see is it congruent with my list. What you're doing, can you deliver? You have to be able to prove it to me. And you do it because I'm very protective of my customers, which you should be. But like, I'm coming, I'm not speaking, I'm coming as an attendee to this for that reason. Alright? Outside that, a couple of my buddies are coming in, which I go anyway, which is social. But on a business perspective, I'm going to see, who else is in the room. Like, I'm not going business-wise, in honesty, to meet Matt Fury and Matt Basic, even though I am, and we'll talk a bit of business, but I can get these guys anytime on Messenger, on Skype, and we have their phone numbers, we can talk at any point. I'm coming to see who else is at the thing. And what you said there, Decky, for me as a punter coming, right, I am as interested as who's sitting next to me than who's up on the top. Because as I said, it's how I met Matt Fury. Matt Fury, I was sitting next to him at one of Matt Basic's events. Now, Matt did some talking afterwards, and the rest of it, but that's reality. And you network. I met Nick James, who myself and Nick did a great at another event. Tom Cohn, another old great friend of me, met him at another event. Friend of me, friend of mine, even. And if you don't come, so I'm going to, Decky's not going to be this thing about it, but I'm blunt as hell, right? If you don't come and you're in the internet business and you live in Europe, right? Certainly if you live in Europe, certainly if you live in Ireland, or you're thinking of getting into the internet business, or you want to, look at this whole world. If you want to look at this whole world, maybe not the best. If you are interested and have some knowledge, you're stupid not to come. I'm going to say that, okay, because I am sick to death of people coming on to me saying, how do you get started? This is how you get started. You get your ass out of your bed, into your car, you drive up the road or fly in. You can fly now from London and Manchester. You can actually get from Manchester, Liverpool to Dublin faster than you can get to London, and it's cheaper. Right? So there's just no excuse. Anyone in the UK, anyone in Ireland, we've a lot of guys coming in from the States and big guys coming in. But if you're not coming in, and you're serious about being in the business, then you're not serious about being in the business. Right? And that's the God's honest truth. And that's the other hidden thing. You turn up to an event like this, you're saying everybody that you either are or want to be a player. And that gets everybody's respect. If you don't, you're not.
There's guys coming from Australia, there's guys coming from South Africa, there's guys coming from, I think there's a guy who might be coming over from China. So, I mean, these people are serious players. I mean, if you're interested in growing your business and investing in your business, you got... growing your business, full stop. You got to invest in your business, and there's no better way than investing in your business by going to meet like-minded people who are doing what they're doing and who you can learn from. Do you know what I mean?
How much are the tickets?
The early bird ticket at the moment is $297. That's for your standard ticket, and the VIP ticket, which everybody is buying, and I'm going to have to sort of cut off shortly because we won't have a big enough restaurant for the VIP meal with the speakers, is $269. $369.
I was going to say the VIP is cheaper.
No wonder it's selling so well.
That's you may have found your problem.
I know, yeah. But come here, as I said at the start earlier on, I mean, that price of that ticket includes the 3 nights out mixing with these guys with free drinks, you know. So, I mean, you pay that alone, do you know what I mean?
Let's put it together, right? $369 plus the price of the hotel and the flight come in the weekend. Let's call it a $2,000 weekend, right? Being extravagant.
We've got a great deal in the hotel. The hotel is only $100 or €100 per night. I've got a deal on that as well for everybody.
Yeah, right. So $300, $500. So, and there's no drink money. Yeah. So you're talking about kind of €1,012. Let's call it €1,500. Let's just be nice, round figure. If you can't turn that €1,500 into $15,000, having met these guys, there's something wrong. I know I will. You know, yeah. And I'm not being arrogant. Anybody who watches my stuff knows I don't come out this aggressively and stuff. I just, honest to God, Decky's done a great job of putting this together. There's a load of fantastic people coming in, and people who I respect an awful lot are coming in. The fact that Matt Fiore and Matt Basic are flying in from the States alone is worth 10 times the ticket price, right? I paid over $3,000 to spend 2 days with Matt Basic the first time I met him. Okay, you're getting it for €297, right? Okay, that you can go in and access it, right? And have access to the guy and all of these different people, you know. And we'll be there, and Decky will be there, and it'll be nice and it'll be friendly, and it's in Ireland, so there'll be a bit of crack, and we'll have an enjoyable time. But it's going to be very serious about doing business, and you know, you'll make everlasting friends like we have in the industry. So guys, seriously, go to the link that's on the thing, go pick up your ticket, get there now, and you know, I look forward, and come up and say you saw this video, and I'll happily sit down and talk to you.
And you can see, anyone who goes to the link, they can see testimonial videos on that from people who are over in Portugal. Like, we've had success stories even since last October. 2 guys who met each other, didn't know each other from Adam, a software developer and a marketer, met each other over in Portugal at my last event, and they have done the $60,000 software launch in February since that. They didn't know each other from Adam, and there you go. That's just one of the stories. Another girl who you see her on the testimony on the page as well. She has quadrupled her commissions since she went to Portugal by just meeting all these guys. And I mean, once she gets, as you said, friendly with these guys and built up a business relationship, she released products and all that. And everyone who was at that event who promoted for her and hadn't heard of her previously. So I mean, as you said, if you cannot turn around and spend like €1,200 on the whole weekend, not that I don't even think you'd spend that much, to be honest with you, but if you can't do that, I mean, then there's no point in investing in your business, because we've had $60,000 success stories since, like, I mean, and that is just such an ROI, it's unreal, you know. So I mean, like, it's up to you. Like, we're just advising. We're not begging you to come. You can come if you like, but I mean, it has totally changed our business and our lives by going to these events and meeting these people and that we meet at these events, and that's what we're just trying to advise you.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't be begging anyone to come, because, like, let's be perfectly blunt about it. If you don't come, then there's more opportunity for me, so I'm okay with that. And that's been really arrogant about it, and I don't mean to come across arrogant, but it's business. And when it comes to this world, so many people, you know, nandy-pandy around it. If you want to be serious, if you want to grow your business in 2018, you're in the internet marketing space in any shape or form, then, you know, you need to be here. You're going to meet people, you're going to get ideas, concepts, associations, joint ventures, people to partner with you, people to know about what you are, you're just going to get on people's radar. And just getting on people's radar, you just never know what comes down the road after that. You just never know what happens. It's absolutely fascinating. But if you're not there, it doesn't happen, right? And there's nothing like, I know we live in a virtual world and we're doing this and we talk about communicating, you can communicate and all the rest of it. But when you go to build a business relationship where there's transactional value and there's, you know, it goes a little bit deeper than just the money, then, you know, you getting to know someone is absolutely priceless. So, Decky, thanks very much for coming on, man. Guys, click the link, buy the ticket, get there, come up and talk to us. I'll be there for the weekend as well. You know, there'll be a lot of other people, as Decky said, who are in the audience who are out playing the game hard as well. And, you know, you can come talk to, you just don't know who you're going to meet. You just don't know who you're going to meet. And, you know, worst case scenario, you meet some people, you learn some new stuff, you know. But if you can't quadruple or 10 or 15 times whatever the small amount of money that you're investing in this.
Absolutely. Well, come here, anyone watching this who doesn't know me, just hit me up on Facebook as well. Do you want any other details about like the hotel, the special offer we got, the codes, the discount codes, all this type of stuff? Like,
you just reminded me, actually, I must ring the hotel when we hang up.
Yeah.
You're nagging me enough, aren't you? Yeah. I'm going to do that.
But, no, seriously, hit me up on Facebook or whatever. I'm never off Facebook, and if you need any more information, then I'd be only too willing to let you know.
Decky, thanks guys. I hope to see you on the 22nd of June in Killiney Castle in Dublin. You know, I was going to say be there, be square, but that's a bit naff. But like, be there, like, you know, I can't see why you wouldn't. If you're in the business, I can't, honestly, there's just no logic of why you wouldn't be here. Some huge players flying around the world coming in on our doorstep. Here we are, especially if you're in Ireland. They're here, they're going to be available, they're going to network, they want to meet you, they want to talk to you. We all do, so come along.
As our friends say across the water, it's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer, dude. Awesome.
Awesome.
I mean, it's just like totally awesome. Okay, with that, we're going to finish before my American friends stop talking to me. And you all have a nice day now, you hear?
God bless.